And here we have a gigantic clock. As we come back to the Tokyo 2007 series, there's a big-ass clock. There's also somebody, obviously, sawing up a dead body outside, or a tree, or a house. I don't know. So if you can hear that, sorry about that. But anyways, here we have a gigantic ad for a dude. I don't know if that's a cell phone or a coffee in his hand. I can't tell. This says something about Georgia. Okay, Georgia mission. Georgia's fucking mission is to have a goddamn coffee can. I don't know. And here you got the movie, I guess. So I'm gonna guess that's about cows. Yeah. Also, seeing as I see the word mobile there and Samsung's right by it, that's probably about phones, I'm gonna guess. And here you've got the Spacey 100. So a few of these pictures are of motorcycles and cars and stuff like that. I got those because one of my friends wanted me to get that because they were like really into, oh man, foreign motorcycles and cars. So I don't know what the hell any of this shit represented, so yeah. Same thing here. Reason why I got a picture of this bike, the Bianchi bike. And then I got a picture of this because this was 2007, and 24-hour McDonald's were actually kind of rare, if I believe, back then. So this was kind of surprising to see that I got that, or that was there. And then also that if you go into this elevator, there's a bookstore in there, and I think it's like 4 stories up or something like that. And then I also got it because of this hot pepper stand. So I got it for a whole bunch of different reasons of neat stuff in the photo. Another photo of motorcycles, same reason as before. Another reason of a motorcycle, same reason as before. I believe this guy's delivering something, but I don't know. And then, yeah, so this place was pretty much where I ate, I don't know, like 70% of the time in Japan. Not this specific place, but this brand. So what you do here is, did I get a photo of it? No, I did not. You walk in here, and I might, I can't see it, but I believe this woman's using it right there. It's hard to see, but there's like a machine right there, and it's like a vending machine. And what you do is you put in the money, and you press the button, and a little ticket pops out, and you give the ticket to the chef, which is like up here or something like that, and then they make your food. Now, this food is really fucking cheap. Like, this bowl of beef was about like this big, something like that, about like that big or whatever, and it had beef, really thin, tender fucking beef, onions, caramelized onions, rice, fucking amazing. Tasted great, and it was like $2. It's like $2, $2.50 for this. You got green tea with it, water in some places, and a bowl of miso soup for like $2.50. Fucking unbeatable, man. I ate that shit like literally 2 to 3 times a day. Made me feel like I could fucking fight a horse. And here you've got ramen downstairs. This is, this is like the McDonald's, and this is like the 5-star burger place. I don't know, wherever the hell else. But these places were everywhere in Japan, man. I fucking loved them. Funnily enough, too, about a year or two before we went, there was actually a huge beef strike because of mad cow disease. It was either a year or two before we went or a year or two after we went. But we were right in that time period where we were actually able to get these. And then they stopped selling beef bowls for like a year or two after that because of that. So, beef is actually not, well, historically it was almost never ate in Japan. It was more fish and stuff like that because of the small amount of farmland they actually had for cows, as compared to, obviously, the enormous ocean of fish surrounding them. So, kind of like how fish isn't commonly eaten here, and beef is eaten a lot here because we have these vast open land spaces, but like ocean-wise, shipping a fish from like California to New York or something like that is kind of a bitch, as compared to in Japan where it's like the equivalent of shipping it from like, San Francisco to like Los Angeles or something like that is, yeah, so I had to get this, obviously. McDonald's everywhere. This is like the 3rd McDonald's. This is a different one from that one that was back here, by the way. This is a different McDonald's. These are across the street from each other. So, yeah. Had to get this just for the rainbow design on it. Very interesting car design. And a fancy BlackBerry logo, which I never noticed before. It's just upside down. Okay. Had to get this because, I mean, payphones were already going out, you know, somewhat in America at this point. In Japan, they're actually still somewhat relevant. But if you look in here, you can see that the payphone is actually green. And all the payphones in Japan are usually bright green like this. And they have a little digital menu on them and stuff like that. And they're not usually, though, in this, in fucking Doctor Who style telephone booth. So I had to get that. That was a pretty interesting picture. And here we are at a, I forget if this is Tower Records or if it's something else. I mean, it's a gigantic record shop. It was like 6 stories tall, but I forget if this is called Tower Records or something else, because there's another really big record shop in Shibuya, which is where we were at, by the way. These pictures are all in Shibuya, these ones that you've seen from here on out, from that guy that George went all the way up into Shibuya. I forgot about saying that. So, again, this is 2007, so Britney Spears is putting out a new album, and that says, obviously, Britney Spears. So, you know, yeah. And then Craig David, trust me, motherfucker, I'm gonna fuck you up. And then you got Alicia Keys up here, and you got the Backstreet Boys, Unbreakable. Now, I didn't even know the Backstreet Boys even still fucking existed when this came out, so don't know about that one. And that's all the American bands. Now you've got the Japanese bands over here, obviously. I'm sure that a lot of you have heard of Bump of Chicken if you watch anime, which is one of the most complete crackheaded band names, but much like a lot of American band names, they made music that people like, so they got to get away with a completely ridiculous band name. So Bump of Chicken is a band that has done the anime intros for a metric fuck ton of song or series, etc. Then you've got Asian Kung Fu Generation, the same thing, and Larkin Seal, the same thing. Basically, these 3 guys at the time, these 3 bands, pretty much were like the trifecta of anime opening music. Like, you really couldn't watch more than 3 or 4 series without running into one of their songs. So, and I don't know who the fuck Eric is, so fuck her. So, oh, there it is, Tower Records right there. Tower Records Shibuya. Yeah. Okay. So, over here we have a better shot of the sign. You can see there's theirs. Then you've got more Japanese bands over here. I don't know who the hell that is. Mr. Children. Don't know what the fuck that is. You got Rip Slime, who did the opening theme for the Gantz anime, if you watch that. I don't know if they did anything else. I think they did the opening theme for Black Rock Shooter, which I didn't watch, but I remember them having something to do with that. And then you've got either Coco or Kakko. I don't know. I don't fucking know. So, that's also a fancy one because the letter C doesn't exist in Japanese. So, that's the whole fanciness there. Anything with the letter C is automatically reverted to a K. So, this is also the same thing that happens with B's and V's in Japanese. There is no there's no V. So, spelt correctly, Vegeta's name is actually Vegeta, etc. So, yeah. Now, somewhat similar to like how R and L are also combined into one, which is R. There's no L in Japanese. They do similar tricks with mouth pronunciation in language to make it sort of sound like a V or an L or, well, C's basically the same, but you know what I mean. So they've started, I believe, in recent years making new letters that are somewhat, I can't think of this word of all times, when it's easy to understand something. When it's intuitive, somewhat intuitive to understand, where, I guess maybe it's not really that intuitive now that I think about it, but, like, they've got the, katakana for U, for the letter U, and they added 2 little dashes on it, and that makes it a V. So I've seen that sometimes in some stuff, like if you look at, Rave Master, that manga and stuff like that, they've got that in there, they got the little U with the little dashes on it, you know, and stuff like that. So I, you know, assume because of the English influence, they're adding in these things so they can actually have, like, Japanese words that have this kind of stuff in it that are not meant to be loanwords from English, which is really confusing because they would only do that if it is English loanwords. Anyways, Oh, and obviously, forgot this one. Obviously, these guys were frigging huge. I don't know if they're huge anymore, but Boa was like pretty much every one of my friends. Again, I grew up near the Bay Area, and I had a lot of friends from the Bay Area, and I had a lot of friends that were, you know, like Chinese, Japanese, Hmong, Thai, you name it, etc. So, like, I pretty much grew up, like, hearing nonstop about, like, you know, Boa and Gok and Larkin Seal and, you know, etc. Every other, you know, Japanese band that existed, and Korean bands and Chinese bands and so forth. So, yeah. Here it says 3 Kebon or Kubon, maybe. Oh no, it's not B, it's P. So coupon, yeah, 3 coupon. So I guess you get 3 coupons for fucking Led Zeppelin. I don't know, or maybe you get 3 albums for the price of 1. That's probably what it is. Now this guy don't give a shit. This guy's name is DJ Dexstream. I've never heard any of his shit. I would listen to it solely on this album cover alone. I mean, look at this. Dude's got, like, basically fucking, you know, demon eyes here with Dexstream over his mouth. He's got his nose all fucked up. He's just saying, fuck you. And he's got that wind out like, bitch, I'm conducting a fucking symphony. And then graffiti on here. And then obviously some, like, you know, post-apocalyptic ape shit stuff's going on in the background. It's like, damn, this guy knows how to fucking sell an album. And then you go to this guy who just flipped it on the entire other end of the scale with the 2 most bizarre names you could possibly have, I think, for a band. You have Wrong Scale, and then just Bed and Board. Now, I don't know which one of these is the album name, and which one of these is the band name. I really don't. I'm going to guess Bed and Board is the album name, considering the Wrong Scale is in not bold font, and it says Wrong Scale there. But either way, what the fuck is even going on there? Like, see, this guy back here, he's laughing at this sign, he doesn't even see it. He just knows it's ridiculous. And then the actual album cover is just like, yeah, we're bed, we're bored. Yeah. So, you know. Now, I had to get a picture of this. Chris Cunningham, I don't really talk about him much nowadays, but Chris Cunningham was one of my influences to get into making really apeshit videos when I first started making videos. Some of you may remember that video I made, the controller one with me in the monkey mask and stuff like that. And I was inspired to do that type of video, the stop motion type video set to music, due to his stuff. Pretty much all my first music videos, that Aphex Twin one with the Pumpkin Show, both Pumpkin Show ones were influenced by his work. A lot of his stuff was really, really awesome to me growing up, so I had to get a video of that. He did a lot of Aphex Twin music videos. I didn't buy it, but it was pretty cool shit. And here you had a bunch of discs that were all latest stuff coming out. You got Black Sabbath, you got Ozzy, you got Velvet Revolver, Hanoi Rocks, Aquaria, Clutch, where the fuck those are. And then you have this album, which is, if you can see it there, it says Jennifer Batten's album. Now you may be wondering why I've got that on there. It's because, if you look here, do I have a better shot of it? No, I don't, okay. If you look here at the album on the back cover of it, you can see that on the DVD there's music videos. And on that happens to be my name, because I made the video for that. I also made another video for her, the Flight of the Bumblebee video. It was not this one, though. It was different. I made it for her actual live performances. And I made yet another video for her years later when she did a tribute concert when Michael Jackson died. When Michael Jackson died, she soon thereafter did a tribute concert and had like a Michael Jackson impersonator up on stage, and so she wanted a DVD where somebody speed spoke, set to music, all of the, or a list of, you know, interesting facts about his performance, like, you know, top 10 album, soul, whatever, all that kind of stuff, and so I did that for her also. So, kind of neat, having my name on a album that was being sold in Japan. Of course, though, this led to a long streak of one of my friends back in Modesto, first friend I ever had, John, that I grew up with. When he heard about this, he started a running joke that he still continues to this day, where whenever I'm introduced to a new set of friends of his, because he's always making a bunch of friends because he's always traveling all the world and stuff like that. He was like a Spanish teacher in Mexico for a while. He goes on trips all around the place and everything else like that. He's got multiple albums of himself, you know, his own music and stuff like that that are so great. He always tells everybody, I'm big in Japan because of this. He always does this, and it's because of this. So, John, if you're watching this, I doubt it, but yeah, there you go. There's my shout out to you. And so, more close up there on the album from the front. Now these. People often ask me what my favorite food is. I can't tell you what my favorite food is because I don't really know, because I mean, I've just got too many favorite foods. But if I had to pick favorite dessert, this is it. This is it. If I ever get really rich, I'm going to buy one of these vending machines. Or I'm just going to buy just nothing but this. I'm just going to buy shit tons of these. They have something similar to it in like Japanese stores in America, but it's just not the same. I don't know why, but it's not. But this brand, whatever the shit this is, I can barely even read it. I ate like 50 of these when I was there. These things are fucking amazing. Just imagine somebody getting like the finest quality ice cream you can think of. And again, I know it's from a vending machine, but it's fucking amazing. Finest quality ice cream you can think of. And then they get a waffle. And they wrap that waffle around that fucking ice cream. And then they toast the waffle so it's super crispy and flaky. And then they just stick that shit in the fucking machine. And it's like, you know, $1.50. I fucking ate so many of those. And these ones too. Like this one was like chocolate. It was like cookie dough. And then let me see, Wait, Choco na. Maybe that's chocolate and something else. And then they have this one, which is just Miruku Bani. Oh, I think this says banana. Milk, vanilla, banana, I think. Yeah, so that's what that is. And then you have green tea, which, again, just sucked. I don't care how good these are. You can't say it. You can't fucking get green tea buying it. They're just bad. But, oh my god, I ate so many of those. And they were like, you can't bring food to arcades, but you can have the food inside the arcade they sell. So I would just, like, get these while I'm fucking waiting in line to, like, play CVS 2 or something like that. I fucking get these while I'm, like, you know, playing, like, a game, and I just, like, play it one-handed or whatever, while I'm, like, eating these, like, a shoot-'em-up game or something like that, or, like, a quiz game or something like that. Oh, my God. I just eat so many of these. And here's the full assortment of shit that you can buy from this machine. I also like, again, how they show the temperature of it and stuff like that. But, yeah, these things are amazing. Oh, maybe that's the brand. 17 Ice. I've got to write that down. I'm going to look that up. I'm going to see if I can maybe buy that shit somewhere, because, oh my god, if I can, I'm going to fucking eat like 50 of these fuckers. Neat little sign they have here for the bike stuff. It's basically saying, like, you know, parents, kids, walk in, look out for the bike shit. Looks like something, like, fucking chopped it off, though. Like, something fucking hit it and, like, burned it or chopped it off. Holy shit. Or maybe it's bent to show it to, like, the other side of the street? I don't know. Because, see, it's bent and chopped off here, too. Damn, maybe something just fucked that shit up. Another scenic view, though. Don't know what the hell that place was. Something. This was, I think, me trying to get a sign of this. Huh. Now, that's ironic. I shot these pictures long before I did LSD, the game. And yet, here, this looks almost like a perfect replica of the Gray Man. Like, top hat, hands to the sides, everything and all. Hold on a minute. What if in LSD, this is where they got the Gray Man from? Because, I mean, it's in Japan, and it'd be a stop sign, which would be practically everywhere, and it'd be a, like, you know, a mental reference of, like, stop. You know, like, stop where you're going, whatever else, you know, and stuff like that. And to the Japanese, this might indicate, you know, like, oh, shit, stop, you know, like, it's a danger sign, etc. Maybe this is where the Gray Man's from. Because it's almost exactly the same thing. I mean, look at it. It's even got, like, the little divot thing between the feet there. Like, I think we may have just fucking unintentionally figured out where the design for the Gray Man came from. I'm almost positive. That lines up so perfectly. Wow. Wow. I'll be damned. And here we get into the train setup here. Now, did I want to cover this in the next video or not? I'm checking here. Okay, so we're back in Shinjuku. Okay, so I'll start covering it from there. Okay, so I'm going to cover the train stations in another video because there's a lot to talk about on this. Actually, you know what? I did cover that in 2005 series. So we don't need to actually go into detail about this because you can watch that in the 2005 series. So instead, I'm just going to basically show you that we were here at Shibuya and the prices it takes to get to the different places. Again, it's like $1.50 to get back to Shinjuku. The most expensive thing on the entire goddamn thing is $1.90, which is just insane, and that's round trip price. And then you got down here like Kawasaki, Yako, all these other places way off. But basically anything in the green ring is like, you know, the best places, the coolest places to go. So, and then here's the thing where you pay for it and stuff like that. You can use your card, etc. You pick what fare amount you want. It converts it, you know, gives you your change. And there's your change at the bottom. And there's your ticket. And really bad picture of that, but you're supposed to stick it in the machine, and then you get to go through the gates, and there you go. Now, I took this picture to show not only the fact it's interesting that they had red and green tape on the stairs, but in Japan, opposite of America, they proceed forward on the left, and wherever you're at, you're proceeding forward on the left. So people are going to walk into you if you walk on the right. The first few days we were there, we fucked this up a lot. So I'm going to guess that in train stations, they just put down the tape to make it very obvious for people. Green, go to the left. Red, don't go that way, etc. So, and here we are back in Shinjuku. And I actually realized, no, I want to continue this in just a few more photos after this. Yeah, because that's a good place to stop it. So here we are back in Shinjuku again, all lit up place, great, you know, lights, scenery, all that kind of stuff. I love just like going through there and looking at the shops and everything. And then you've got this cat with its fucking tail hanging off here. And I don't know what that says at the bottom. Rio Barossa. I don't know what the fuck that says. And then I think that was my dad taking a picture of me kneeling down to tie my shoe or something like that. I look like I'm doing like the thinking man pose. And then that is an old man by a bunch of umbrellas. And I took this photo because, as I talked about some of the 2005 series, there is a shit ton of places you can just leave your umbrella out in the open with nothing, you know, no like bike rack type stuff to tie it down, whatever else. And you can just do that. Nobody will take it. Nobody will steal it. Nobody cares. It's just perfectly okay. Like, I mean, these people all in here probably just on a day of work. It's like, do-do-do. You know, nobody's going to do it. It's just fucking amazing you can do that. In America, that shit would be gone in like 2 minutes. Whole thing would just be fucking raided, sold, done. So, this is where I'm going to stop it because this is the beginning of our trip up to Mount Fuji, which I will cover in the next video. So, again, if you like these, let me know. And I will continue putting them out. Also, these vitamin drinks are fucking amazing. They are amazing. They are, again, something I would buy a whole shit ton of if I knew where to get them in America. So, but that's it, and I am off for now.